Hey, I'm Kat, mom of 3 and founder of Ritual, the company setting a new standard in the supplement industry. When I was pregnant with my first daughter, I remember staring at my prenatal vitamins and thinking, what's in this stuff? All I found were vitamins high in heavy metals, synthetic colorants, and lacking in the very essential nutrients we need. I believe women deserve to know what they are putting in their bodies and why. So at 4 months pregnant, I quit my job to reinvent the prenatal vitamin. We scoured the world for the best quality ingredients, backed by clinical studies and third-party tested for heavy metals and microbes. And this year, we were awarded the Purity Award from the Clean Label Project, the supplement safety certification that tests for 200 harmful chemicals and toxins. With Ritual, you'll know where your ingredients come from and why we use them. Join our family of skeptics with 40% off your first month when you visit ritual.com/podcast.
Hey, Adam Culbertson here. Before we begin, we got a promo from another independent podcast, so when you finish this episode, make sure you go and check them out.
Are you fascinated by true crime like us?
If so, check out our podcast, Crime Divers, hosted by me, Jill.
And me, Laura.
Look out for new episodes every Tuesday when we discuss true crime from around the world.
So what are you waiting for? Come join us as we dive in.
Steal your mind for eldritch horrors of the universe unknown. For what is to follow is a tale of intrigue, mystery, and madness. You're listening to Microphones and Monsters.
You know, I'm starting to really hate portals. I don't know what it is, but...
Well, you know, I didn't really want to come through in the first place, but, well, here we are.
Yes, we are. I thought it was convenient that we try to... not convenient, but necessary that we see if we can find Tanasha.
You know,
well, we may as well try now.
Perhaps now is a good time to point out, but this is the second time that trying to save Tanasha has gotten us in trouble.
And what happened all those other times?
All what other times?
The times we've assisted Tanasha, we all lived, right?
I don't know if I could really say that we assisted Tanasha much else.
Aleister, how do we all get off of this rock?
Well, how do you get off of any rock?
Julian steps off the rock and plummets to his death.
You hear a voice behind you as you're, well, I guess off to the side of you, I guess you're 3 like standing in a circle kind of deal, just talking to each other. And just a little bit off, you hear, what are you 3 doing here?
Turn around to see who the voice is?
Yeah.
You see a little face in a hole on the rock. Little cat face with black eyes.
Did that rock just talk to us?
Cat face in the rock.
Do I recognize the cat face?
Is it missing an eye?
It looks like Aleister.
Oh.
So it's like that guy in the mirror.
Now, are you 3 gonna just stand there and talk? Are you just gonna stare at me?
Well, it's not every day that I look at myself without the aid of a mirror.
What do you mean? Oh, I did think you were a handsome cat.
Well, yes, obviously. And you're not too bad yourself.
You do look different. Very...
No,
I don't know. It fits you.
6 out of 10, maybe. I don't know.
Yes, that was what Evangeline said as well.
Yes. Well, do you three want to stay out there and deal with that swarm, or
Die?
would you
Yeah, no.
come
I
in
don't
here?
Really want to die.
I think in there sounds like a pretty nice alternative. We've already dealt with one of those, and I think we would be better off staying away from them.
Oh. Well, I wasn't expecting y'all to come here, but yeah, come on in.
Don't worry, I wasn't either.
Victor will go in.
Yeah. How does one go
Okay.
into the rock?
All right, so it is the size of a cat. Like it's a little hole, and it's the size of a cat.
Well, that's 1/3 of the problem solved.
I think Victor's, with his experience being in the Dreamlands before, is just going to try to. It's just a hole, a cat-sized hole in the rock.
Yeah, a cat-sized hole in the rock.
Victor is just sort of going to approach it and try to step into the hole and see what happens. Just like take 1 foot and walk right into that hole.
Yeah. So as you're approaching, you see the face just run away, and yeah, as soon as you step in the hole, you are in a stairway. You're standing at the top of the stairs in a stairway.
Do I still see Victor, or is he just kind of blink out of existence?
Yeah, he just kind of blinked. Yeah.
And did Aleister already go ahead?
Yeah, Aleister will go ahead and scamper in the hole.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it just looks like Aleister crawls into a hole.
Fuck it. I'll step into the hole too. I don't know what to expect.
Yes. Same
well,
thing.
okay.
When you step into the hole, you're just instantly just standing at the top of a stairwell with a
Did you
little
bump
hole
into me?
behind you.
I mean, Victor would have started walking down.
Yeah. I would imagine y'all start walking down.
I'd bump into you. Make
Don't shove me.
Make an acrobatics check so you don't tumble.
I mean, I've got a +5 in acrobatics.
Oh, I don't. I'd probably tumble.
And after y'all walk down to the bottom of the stairs, you are in a very similar place to what Evangeline's basement is.
Oh, okay.
Well,
See,
it would
it's
make
like you
sense that
never
this should be your hideout.
Well, no, I did not get far.
And can we see like the full view of the? Is it Aleister, or is it a cat that
yes,
looks like
it is.
Aleister?
It is
Oh, crap, guys. We just went down.
like
Oh no! No, not Green Day.
Oh God!
I only expect Max to understand that.
Yes. Oh no.
oh
God.
yeah. Is that from The Simpsons?
No.
Oh, okay, never mind then.
Jojo.
Yeah.
okay.
Gentlemen, it's been an honor.
Yeah, so this Aleister, Richard, as Aleister, what would you like whenever you get down there? Would you just like sit next to the cat, or just like how would you get downstairs? Like what would be your first instinct to do?
Like after getting downstairs?
Yeah, after getting downstairs, like I mean, there's furniture around. Like there's
Are there any nice pillows?
yes, there is.
Okay.
There's actually
there has
there's
to
a
be.
lot more pillows than what's in the other
Okay.
place. Yeah.
Well, I'll find a pillow. A nice pillow somewhere. Just kind of plop down.
All right. So you other two, Julian and Victor, you see your Aleister and this other Aleister, like they both, like it's like they're moving in sync, and then they both like go to two separate pillows and like sit down the exact same way. Whatever movements they make, like with their paws or tail swish, like everything is just like the exact same, and it's just like weird.
Except that our Aleister has red stripes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So
And
what's
green
what's
eyes.
the-
And
what-
green
what-
eyes.
What? Okay. So
Well, green
eyes,
flamey eyes.
Yeah, green. Yeah.
And is there any other physical differences between the two?
The other one is completely pitch black for everything, like the original Aleister was. And then his eyes are just like solid black. There's no white, nothing, just pitch black eyes.
Okay. Yeah. Not even sure how Victor would react to all this. Is the couch still down there? There was a couch in the real world.
There's a couch, but it's like sideways on the wall.
On the wall.
We can't
Yeah.
sit down.
I mean, you can.
I mean, you could totally sit down.
Oh gosh, I don't know.
Sitting down?
On the wall,
Yeah, on the wall.
sideways on the wall.
You're
Just
a-
walk up the wall and sit down on the couch.
Yeah,
You're a
just
monk,
go
you
sit
can do
left.
You should use the wrappings to like attach yourself to the couch and just sit sideways.
Oh, based on my understanding of the Dreamlands, I think I could probably just walk towards the wall, step up on the wall, and sit down on the couch. But I think I'd rather look at people right side up, no matter what's happening. So I think I would just stand there.
Okay.
Just lean up against the wall as long as the wall doesn't like move or something. I just sort of lean against the wall.
Hold on, Victor. I want to try something out. Hey, Aleister.
Yes.
Okay, cool. That's it.
How are we gonna? Which one of you wants to go by something other than Aleister?
Well, I don't see any reason why I should go by anything else. I've been Aleister my entire life.
Okay. Our Aleister, you're Aleister 1. You're Aleister 2. Black Aleister.
I don't think that's.
Okay, fine.
Okay,
Our
okay.
Aleister is Aleister 1, and
What?
other Aleister is Aleister A.
I'll pull Victor off to the side and just be like, you know how Aleister is. They're going to fight about whoever is the best one. So you're basically going to cause a huge argument for no reason.
You know what? You deal with this. And Victor's just going to put his
Victor's
hand on his
tired.
face. Victor's very tired. Victor is just a tiny bit irked that Julian pulled Aleister into the Dreamlands, and then they argued until the portal closed. Victor's goal was go in the portal, see what's happening, see if Tanash is there, and leave. And you guys got us stuck. And Victor's kind of exasperated right this second.
Broke him. It took what episode would this probably be? Something in the 80s or 90s? I finally broke him.
90s. It would definitely be 90s.
Like Victor's kind of done for the day. He's not mad. He's just neither Aleister is going to bother distinguishing between each other. We'll just answer the same way at the same time. Would one of you get over yourself for 5 minutes so we can have a conversation, figure out what the heck's going on?
Well, I'm already over him, so
that's
it's fine.
Gosh. Yeah, so Victor's just sort of standing, leaning against the wall with his face in his hands, just like Julian will start talking, so he'll just let him.
I'm kind of smirking a little bit because I somehow find this humorous, even though it's probably my
it's
worst.
hilarious. I didn't even
my
plan
worst-
that. That's
yeah,
just like,
it's probably my worst nightmare that I have to deal with two Aleisters now.
when we both said yes at the same time, I was like, I gotta continue this until
yeah,
for a little bit, not a
that
long
was my-
time, but
That was my whole
This is
rationale.
Julian's punishment. That's this is Julian's punishment for making a small boo boo in Victor's opinion.
See,
and so Julian can deal with the immediate aftermath.
This is Julian's punishment. This is Max's entertainment.
yeah.
Julian actually lost the bracelet, and without realizing it, and this is actually a nightmare.
I can't wake up. Save me.
Well, I do have one idea. You can call me Shadow.
Shadow Aleister.
Just Shadow.
Just Shadow.
So, welcome to my dream lab.
Dream Lab.
Yes.
Okay. Now I'm very curious. What is a Dream Lab?
It's my lab in the Dreamlands.
Okay.
I mean, it's
what-
something of a portmanteau. Try to keep up.
What do you do here, Shadow?
I'm trying to figure out what's going on here and how to stop it. I know you three are after the Silver Key, and probably, well, definitely more capable than I am since I am stuck here.
Yes,
So-
we've heard.
So you're okay. Maybe you can clarify this for Shadow. So you're not dead. You're just stuck in the Dreamlands.
Did you not get the message from Julian?
Yes, I did. I may have forgotten about that.
Well, yes, I am not dead. we did fake my death, but then using the bracelet, it glitched. It was a prototype, and I got stuck here. So I've been continuing my research on portal travel, secretly, very close to home.
Well, I'm glad you're okay.
And you'll be happy to know that Evangeline is doing just fine.
Oh, that's wonderful. How did you get stuck here?
It's funny that I should mention that. So we were actually at Evangeline's basement, and we opened...
Well, I imagine since you arrived here.
Yes, and then we opened... The portal was open, and then we walked in, and then we...
And then he and Aleister argued for a while, and
Yeah.
the portal couldn't stay open and closed.
Well, you didn't really have to say that. That was just going to be an eventuality.
Okay.
The arguing part, not the portal closing part.
So you need Evangeline to open the portal on the other side to get out.
Well, yes, or by some random chance having another portal, but I think the first option seems a little more likely.
Yeah.
Well, something about the Biaki being here. Their swarm has somehow blocked portals from opening. Your standard Dreamlands portals.
So I don't know if this is going to really mean anything to you, but, well, let's just say that I have a companion of sorts, as it is, that seems to have been responsible for the Biaki, as you called them.
He's talking about his imaginary friend again.
Imaginary friend? I don't know what that might be, but elaborate?
Well, he is, well, simply put, a green-eyed cat. Not exactly like myself, but he was feeling some very strange power welling up in him when he was in the Dreamlands before, and it seemed to manifest in the way of spawning one of these things, which, after fighting it off for a while, it called out and summoned the swarm.
Well, I know you hold the parts of Tulsha, the artifacts.
Yes, which actually brings up another interesting question. Where exactly did you come across the eye?
A mutual friend of ours, a hound.
Interesting. See,
Whoa,
I got
whoa.
another piece from the hound.
Wait, do you mean like an actual mutual friend, or is that just a figure of speech?
It's a figure of speech.
Okay,
I
just
plucked it from his head.
Okay, just got to make sure. Different worlds.
Yes.
How long ago was that?
Months.
Though, actually, now that you mention it, there was tell that this, and I suppose the tower was probably a thing when you were last in the waking world, but
Of course, yes.
the tower itself seems to be related to the hound in some way. Is this the same hound?
That does make sense. Yeah, the hound was or the beast, whatever it's called, is one of the early summons of the Pallid Mask. I think he managed to pull it from your universe.
Oh, so one and the same then. Well, that's interesting. So he would have had two of the pieces of Tulsha.
Did he not have the eye when you went up against him? Sarah told me about it.
Well, I'm not really certain. I didn't exactly try plucking out his eyes.
Oh. Well, I do know that you have been collecting we'll call them body parts of Tulsha. Yes, do be careful with those. There are 6 of them.
Good to know.
Victor, do you think if I poured water on the other Aleister or Shadow that he would freak out too?
Yeah, don't do that.
It's awfully tempting.
Shadow, I have a quick aside. Where did you guys place the remains of Sarah White?
Oh, she's here.
Wait, like, what do you mean here? Like in the lab?
Here, yes. She's in the other room, actually.
Well,
She's the only one that knows I'm still alive.
Besides us.
Besides you, yes. And Julian. Other Julian.
Well,
I ask, and I would
I suppose that's
certainly
one
ask,
smaller now.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would only ask her permission. But I was curious if you still had the remains of her old body. It may prove to be useful to me and help us in our fight.
No, I don't imagine that her body is still around, but she is alive. She's only a year old now.
Okay. It doesn't hurt to ask, and I'm very glad that she's able to have a new life.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
she is helping me tremendously with my research.
How many lives is she on?
She is on her final life. That is the reason she started out as a kitten, to try and,
Make the most of it?
yes, make the most of it, yes. So, something that I've learned here is that the Dreamlands is not magic. It's more science. Something that me and Evangeline had been studying, and it might help you understand on manipulating it.
Okay, at first you had my curiosity. Now you have my attention. and I'm literally just going to walk over and just sit right in front of Shadow.
Well, watch this. And Julian, you feel a tap on your shoulder.
Okay, I'm going to turn to see what tapped me on the shoulder.
You
If it's
see,
nothing, I'm going to be super pissed.
A little tiny, like mini portal, like little tiny, like just a little tiny portal, and there's a tail coming through it, and it's like waving around behind you, and you other two, you do see the portal appear behind him, and like
What
tapped him on
color's
the shoulder.
tail?
It's black.
Okay.
Do I see the portal on the... If I looked at Shadow, do I see the manifestation of the other portal?
Yeah, if you look behind him, there's a portal, and his tail's just going back through it.
So you learn to create portals at will.
Yes, it was kind of a malfunction of the bracelet, but I've learned to control it somewhat. It comes in very handy whenever I need to attack something without it seeing me.
Understand that. What was the malfunction?
I don't know. It fused to me. We never made it to where it would absorb into the body of a Dreamlands cat, but whenever it did what it did, it absorbed into me. So it's I guess it works like a works like a magic item, but it's not.
Oh, okay. That's good to know. Gears are currently spinning in Julian's brain. I'm gonna break out the notebook that old Julian had, and I'm gonna start jotting down some notes and some ideas real fast about specifically that bracelet, since we know it's more of like a magical item than it is something unlike that for purposes of the game, because I might want to replicate it.
Now, Aleister, I thought you had green stripes. Where did you get those red ones? So the red, you look like a tiger. It's really fascinating.
Well, let's just say that I have changed out a couple of items. In particular, we were given a sickle that is supposed to help us with weakening the Pallid Mask in order to dispatch him.
Interesting. All right. Victor, you're awfully quiet.
I'm just listening. You were saying that you could, that the Byakhee were blocking the portals. Do you have an idea of how we might dispatch them en masse?
Or how specifically they're blocking the portals?
That, yes, I have been working on trying to figure that out. Now, they, and the other Dreamlands cats, they immediately went to war. Ulthar, of course, leading the charge.
Yeah, we saw a bit of that.
Yeah, we were making progress. I know Tanasha was making progress. Me and Sarah were making progress, and then the arrival of the Byakhee definitely set us back.
Do we know, I guess, the source of the Byakhee incursion?
Well,
is it a particular spot in the Dreamlands, or did they just kind of showed up?
They're not of this universe. They traveled here from who knows how far away.
So how do we send them back?
Aleister's actually going to look over at the green-eyed cat. Since they actually came out of you, I don't suppose there's any way you could just, I don't know, eat them?
Aleister, that is interesting. I don't know how I would go about doing that, but, perhaps.
Open wide.
Well, I suppose food for thought.
Thought for food.
Thought for food.
That's your shtick.
Who are you talking to, Aleister?
Oh, it's the companion that I mentioned, the green-eyed cat.
Oh, so he's not real.
Oh, he's quite real. Perhaps more so than I would like.
I'm just going to catch a glance over at Shadow and just nod, just go with it.
So you say this companion is the source?
Yes, it was when we're, I guess, kind of stuck in the Dreamlands earlier. Upon escaping Servatus, as I said, he was feeling an upwelling of power, and it manifested in the form of regurgitating one of these Byakhee.
Interesting. So he's your size?
Well, yes, except for he kind of grew then and kind of vomited it up and then appeared back later, back to the normal size.
So when did you start seeing him?
Oh, wow, that's been quite a long time now. I suppose it was about the time of, let's just call it the incident. When my Evangeline was lost to me.
I believe Sarah might know more on that. Sarah? Yes. And Sarah comes walking out into the room. She's still just completely solid white. She definitely looks a lot younger than the old cat that y'all had seen before.
Victor will tip his hat at her.
Hello, you three. How have you been?
Still alive.
I wish we could have met again in better circumstances.
Well, yes,
Me too.
but I suppose at the very least you are doing better than the last time we saw you.
I'd rather be back at the DDA. I'd rather have my friends, but
we would too.
I guess
Thank you for
could
helping
be
us.
worse. Oh yes. Thank you for. I mean, if it wasn't for you three, I would be dead.
Oh yeah, I remember I did the healing potion thing. That was fun, except that it didn't work and you ended up dying and reincarnating.
Well, yes, but
is it
but
a
if you-
reincarnation or is it like a
if
iteration?
you didn't come through the portal, there wouldn't be any chance of this world being saved. So
Yeah. Wait, hold on. Wait. You talk like it's a certainty. Like, do you know?
I said chance.
Oh, okay. I thought it sounded like certainty, like it already happened, and that raises
There wouldn't be a chance.
A whole myriad of questions.
Oh, and she is talking to you with her mouth, like she's like vocal.
Oh.
She's not telepathically talking to you anymore.
Professor Xavier.
Are we able to understand her?
Yes, you're in the Dreamland. She's talking common.
Got it.
But yeah,
dumbed it down for us.
she never like made any, like you've never heard her make an actual sound. She's only ever talked to you telepathically.
Is the voice the same?
Yes, the voice is the same.
Okay.
It just sounds younger.
Got it.
Why did he call her in there again?
Oh yes, why? Did you need me for something?
Well, I believe that he was calling you in here in order to further discuss my green-eyed compatriot.
Oh, I did not. Green-eyed compatriot. Okay. Gonna imagine like you fill her in on. We'll skip just filling her in on everything.
Yeah.
You mean we're not going to go through that like a third time in this episode?
Yeah. So, Aleister, how much do you remember about your encounter with Tulsha?
I suppose at least a fair bit. Right up until the point that everything got a little, let's say, hectic, and I suppose that's about the time that I forget.
Yeah, I'm afraid that maybe this green-eyed cat is something that's a manifestation of your own mind from the traumatic event with Tulsha, and somehow Tulsha is connected to that in some way. I'm not sure. You're not being influenced by it, are you?
Well, I mean, no further than maybe a suggestion here or there. But generally it has been very useful in the sense of warning me of things that are thus unaware. I'm unaware of. I mean, it is definitely something that has helped me. And I would even question like how it would be a manifestation of my mind, because it's telling me things that I am not knowing. Like I don't see things. It tells me about them.
Or maybe it's something.
Maybe it's that connection to Tulsha leaking into your mind.
Gross.
And telling you things.
Has he gotten more powerful as you have acquired the artifacts?
Well, I think really the only display of power per se that I've seen is the spawning of Abyaki.
And he's not doing it now?
Well, no. As a matter of fact, once we got back into the Dreamlands, he said he felt quite fine.
I was about to say, if he was spawning it, I think we'd know in probably a few seconds.
And you have acquired a new item. You do not have your green stripes anymore.
Well, yes, but I suppose that I no longer have one of the items that I had attained because I am, let's say, getting it repaired.
And how many items do you have now? You have, 2 with one in the shop?
Yes, I suppose that's accurate.
Okay. And yes, there are 3 more. I wonder where did you get that other item?
Which other item?
The one that turned you red.
Oh, this was given to us by, let's just say a very nice lady who, would also like to be rid of the pallid mask, and it's actually a sickle that should help us in weakening him.
You said a sickle?
Yes, a sickle. Would you like to see?
She actually gave
Actually,
all of us
I would.
an item.
Okay, and
I'll
I'll
go.
go.
All 3. Hold on. You all 3 have an item.
Hi, everyone. Max is here. Julian's not feeling very well. He went to go have a lay down. He gave me some notes to look at for the episode. Let me see what this says. It takes a lot to make a crew, a pinch of sass, and Eldritch too, a scoop of pause to add the spice, a dash of naps to make it nice, too many cats, too many cats, too many cats, too many. It keeps going on to say too many caps, and the writing starts to trail off from there. Okay, well, Julian's had enough of today's episode. Thank you guys for listening. Please visit us at microphoneandmonsters.com for links to our podcast on all of the preferred listening applications. Please visit us on Patreon and support us there and enjoy the ad-free listening as well as bonus content. As always, all music is written and produced by Marco Mazzei at Fallen Highway Studios. Thanks for listening and tune in next time. I'm gonna go check on Julian. I don't really think he's doing so hot. Julian?